Today we are going to look at what is the best cleanup tool for Windows 10 and Windows 11 in 2026. Well, back in the day, CCleaner was the definite go-to app, but unfortunately now, especially with its latest release, version 7, it's all completely changed. And for a few years now since Avast bought them out, unfortunately, there's been a heck of a lot of pop-ups, like for instance, straight away there I've installed it and they're prompting me to install Avast free antivirus. If I run a scan on the system, okay, it does a very good in-depth scan, and I'm not saying that CCleaner doesn't do the job anymore, but it does tend to use every single chance it gets to try and get you to pay for a subscription. As you can see here at the bottom of the screen, it tells me you have an urgent performance problem. When I click on resolve, it says it's checking for issues, and then if I click continue, because it says the level of your issues is critical, again tries to get me to pay for a subscription. So I'm finding myself either being forced to start a free trial or keep clicking no thanks. Also, many people have noticed some of the most favourite features have been stripped out of it, such as Drive Wiper. And also I've found that CCleaner constantly runs in the background. Now, that actually adds some weight to the system and can slow it down in itself. So if you want something that's comparable to CCleaner back in the day with no pop-ups, then stick around, we'll have a look at that in a second. But if you're just looking for basic cleaning without having to load anything on your system, then in Windows 10 and 11, Disk Cleanup is pretty good. Just click on the Start button and type on your keyboard Disk Cleanup and it'll come up. Click on it to open it and then just tick all of these here. If there's any that you don't want it to clean up, then untick them. Things like if you want to keep the stuff in your recycle bin, then you can untick that just by clicking on it. But it's okay, it's safe to tick everything there and then just click on OK. And then just click on delete files. And then once it's cleaned up, this will disappear, but we need to go back into it again. So click on the Start button again, type on your keyboard Disk Cleanup, and then click on Disk Cleanup. And then down there, click on Clean Up System Files. And that goes a little bit deeper into the system. And again, make sure all these boxes are ticked, but have a look. If there's something you don't want, like I say, if you don't want to empty your recycle bin, untick that. But it's okay to tick everything. Click on OK, click on Delete Files, and let it do its stuff. But as I said earlier, if there is something that you want that's comparable and goes even further, like cleans the cache out of your web browsers in one hit, then we're going to look at that now. So open up your web browser, doesn't matter which one it is, and then go to the address bar at the top of the screen there. If there's something in it, then like I'm doing, just delete it out and then type in there C for Charlie, W for Whiskey, T for Tango, E for Echo, K for Kilo.co.uk / W for Whiskey, D for Delta. Pause this video if you need to. Then press Enter or Return on your keyboard. Then you want to scroll down to the bottom of Windows Tools and then you're looking for BleachBit Cleaner. That is a free replacement for CCleaner. It's, as I say, free and open source. If you get this download window come up, then click on the cross to get rid of it. Choose or consent your cookie preferences and click on there BleachBit installer.exe. Again, if you get this download window come up, exit out. And after a few seconds, there you go, it should start to download. If you do find BleachBit handy, then you have got the option here to donate to it, but it's not mandatory. So, okay, so if you've got open file up there, or you can click on BleachBit up there, then click on it. If you can't, then click on the cross to close down your browser, click on any yellow folder, then find your downloads folder, should be there or there, and then double click on BleachBit from there. Click on OK, click on Next, accept the terms of the license agreement after you've read and understood them, of course. Click Next. If you want it just for you, then click on for me, or if you want it for everybody, then leave for anyone who uses this computer, all users selected, and then click on next. Now the screen may darken. If it does, click yes. And then if you're back to this screen here, click on OK, click on next, accept the terms of the agreement again and read it, and then go next, next, and then click on install. Once it says completed, click next, and then click finish. And hopefully BleachBit should then open up. I'm just going to close down this downloads window behind there. And here you should see it's quite similar to the old CCleaner. You can tick these little boxes beside each of these that you want to clean up. If you're not sure what any of these are, then just click on one of them just once. And there you go. It gives you a description of all the things you can click on there in that category. So here I would suggest cleaning up things like certainly temporary files in the deep scan section, and it says warning regarding deep scan temporary files, this option is slow. So yep, that's fine. I'm not sure what backup files or .ds store files, so I'm going to leave them. ThumbsDB is thumbnails. Again, it's saying it's going to be slow, so I'm going to OK that. Thumbs are thumbnails, but they're temporary thumbnails, and they will get reset up again next time you go into something requiring a thumbnail, like a picture. Under Google Chrome or any of your browsers, I would say click on cache. The rest of them, I think I would be prepared to leave. It might sound a good idea to clean your cookies, but cookies can sometimes be useful. If you do clean out your cookies, you're going to end up having to re-sign into certain websites because it will sign you out. Also, you know those little cookie notices you get that you have to accept or choose? Well, if you've set your cookie settings, it'll forget them and you'll have to redo those again. So your best bet is probably to leave the cookies. And I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to do that in Internet Explorer. I can't believe they've still got Internet Explorer, to be quite honest with you, on there. Also, Microsoft Edge as well. I'm going to select the cache in Microsoft Edge, but leave everything else. If we go down further to System, then I would say click on Logs, get rid of any logs, and memory dump. If you've not been experiencing any problems with your computer, then it's okay to clear out your memory dumps. These are files that are created so that when your computer crashes, you can give them to an expert and they can try and diagnose what's going wrong with the computer. But if you've not had any problems, then tick that. Another cache there, MUI cache, let's tick that. Prefetch, that is good to clear out once every perhaps 6 months or so. That does speed up the loading of your computer, but after a while, if your prefetch gets too big, then it can have an adverse effect and actually end up slowing down. So don't do that daily. In fact, don't clean up your system daily. Perhaps do it once a month, but prefetch, perhaps do that once every 6 months. Recycle bin, if you've got nothing you want to keep in your recycle bin, then tick that. Again, temporary files, we want to tick that as well. Update uninstallers, I perhaps wouldn't untick that because it's saying there that it deletes uninstallers for Microsoft updates, including hotfixes, service packs, and Internet Explorer updates. Well, if you have got any updates that are giving you problems, then if you delete the update uninstallers, then you lose the ability to uninstall those updates. So I think I would keep those. Under Windows Defender, again, you can click on all of these: history, logs, quarantine, if you've got nothing in the quarantine that you don't want to retrieve, and temporary files. Under Windows Explorer, you've got most recently used there. So if you use that most recently used list, then don't tick that. Recent documents list, like say for instance in Word and Excel, again, if you use that, don't tick that. The run history, if you use run, which is, let's just show you that. If I type in run there, it's this here. When you click on that drop down, it shows you a history of what you've run. Now, if you don't use that run or you don't need that history, then tick on that. Search history, that clears out this up here. So if you've searched for things and when you search again, it remembers your search history and gives you a little drop down of things that you can pre-select that you've already searched for in the past. You can click on them to make it faster without having to type it all in again. Then that's that. So I'm going to click on that as well. Shell bags is deleting the usage date, window position, and other data for folders. I would leave that, to be quite honest with you. And there's thumbnails as well. So that cleans out the cache for the thumbnails. Again, worth doing that probably once every 6 months, really. Also, I'd say do the thumbs DB that we selected at the top of the screen there. Perhaps do that about once every 6 months too. It's not necessary to do it that often, but it does help the overall performance. Now, if you're not sure what you're doing is right, then you can click on preview first, and that will show you on the right hand side there all of the files that it's going to remove. If you go down to the bottom of the list, there you go, it tells you how much disk space is going to be recovered. And if you look on the right hand side here, there you go, it also tells you on there the amount of disk space that's going to be recovered on each section by ticking those boxes. Now, if you're happy to continue, then you can just click on clean there, and it gives you a warning here. It says, are you sure you want to permanently delete files according to the selected operations, that i.e. the things we've ticked there on the left? The actual files that will be deleted may have changed since you ran the preview. So, okay, if you're happy, click on delete, and that should then go through and delete it. Now, you might find there are some errors, but don't worry, it's probably because something was in use and it couldn't delete certain things, or the system stopped it from deleting certain things because it didn't feel happy about it. So that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So there we go. BleachBit is my personal recommendation for 2026. If you've got any recommendations for cleanup tools, I'm talking about free cleanup tools, preferably open source ones as well, then let us know in the comments down below.